Es una fumada, macho.
It's the second house on the right here. No, wait, the third.
Don't you remember where it is? I thought you spent your whole childhood here.
Do you know what put us on top of the food chain? Do you know? And please don't say opposable thumbs. Plenty of animals have those. Possums, koalas, something called the waxy monkey leaf frog. They're nothing special. Forget about thumbs, okay? Memory is what put us here. So many of our dreams are set in the places where we used to live. We want to see them, visit them again. There should be a rule, a kind of social convention. The old apartment rule works like this. We can show up any place we used to live and simply explain, oh, I used to live here. There's nothing strange about it. The people who live there just throw open their doors and invite us in to have a look around. So we can go back home again. So we can be whole. Hey, are you keeping an eye out? Oh dear. I didn't mean to put you to sleep with my talking.
Nos hemos dormido. Discúlpame, supongo que me dormí. ¿Qué se supone que estés...? ¿Qué? Discúlpame, supongo.
No offense taken. I've been told I have a way of putting my students to sleep as well. We're looking for Asper Street. At least it used to be called that.
Ahí va, chaval. El fax. Ahí sí yo. Maker. Las mejores máquinas de fax. No sé si está emplazado el juego en los años 90, pero por el tipo de coche que tenía el anterior, sí. Parece que sí. Válgame, ¿pero qué ha pasado? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando con Streamlabs, tío? Yo no sé por qué Streamlabs se ha vuelto loco, tío.
The problem is...
Un momentito. Voy a hacer una cosa, voy a mirar aquí. A ver si es que yo he tocado algo. Que yo sepa no he tocado nada, pero joder, Aurus lo tiene. K3 por lo está capando. Y lo echa. No es normal esto, A ver. Vale, aquí no puedo entrar. Tengo que cerrar sesión. Yo no sé qué es lo que está pasando aquí. Vamos a ver. A lo mejor es que ha cogido más privilegios Streamlabs y no me da cuenta. Tiene más poder. A ver. Cloudbot. Se había puesto... El nivel de protección estaba en el mínimo, pero eso ya hacía que cualquier palabra, lo que sea... Claro, ahora lo he desactivado. Lo he desactivado el nivel. Yo no sé. Yo esto no lo he tocado, así que se ve que se ha puesto solo. Vale. Solo voy a decir que el juego del Neighbor, los fans se han montado unas teorías dignas de los Illuminatis. Ese lo jugamos en directo también un día y a mí no me gustó para nada ese juego.
That a few years ago they rearranged all the letters of the street signs in this neighborhood. Very impractical. I didn't catch your name. I'm Hobbs.
Bueno, perdonad para los que estáis viéndolo en YouTube. No voy a poder, esta parte no la he podido editar porque como estaba hablando el personaje, si no se va a quedar feo esto. Pero bueno, que estamos teniendo aquí algún problemilla con el directo y con el bot que se pone aquí a echar a la peña, porque sí. Vaya, Hobbs, en serio, ¿cómo llegué aquí?
You don't remember. Well, they say sleep is the cousin of death. Well, you're lucky I happened to find you in that cornfield. Some of the places I'm asked to lecture at these days, dubious at best.
Así que, Hobbs, tengo una pregunta.
Just a second. Let's find this Asper Street, please, before we begin our inquiries. Like I say, they might have rearranged the letters a bit.
Recuerda, las direcciones pueden tener todas las letras mezcladas. Dios. Encuentra la calle Asper. Pegatinas. Salvar a las ballenas. Mondale Ferraro. Algún senador o alguna cosa de esas. Postal. Laura Ders, greeting for... Qué pena que esto no esté traducido, macho. I'm visit for a lecture. Wish you were here. My hotel room is shaped like this. Your friend Hobbs. Tu amigo Hobbs. Lola. Lola Montez. Bueno, pues era alguna miradora o algo así. Periódicos que tampoco vamos a poder traducir. Vale, parece ser que en Seattle una mujer ha sufrido un accidente. Un Mancados News, no sé qué. Voy a tener que aprender inglés de verdad, Save the Dolphins. Esto es para salvar a los... Estamos dando vueltas. La revista. La visera. Postal. Otra postal. Hey Jack. Having a great road trip. Will be a little easier if my boyfriend could drive. Haha. Tell me mom. Llama a mamá. I'll be back 18 for her. Llama a mamá y volveré a tiempo para el cumpleaños. Keira. Pero aquí pone Jack. Bueno, a lo mejor es el nombre de pila. Hobbs es el apellido, ¿sabéis? Bueno, vamos a buscar la calle. No tengo ni idea de cómo buscarla. ¿Te has parado? No. Postal que Keira está enviando a Jack. Sí, a Jack. Por eso digo que a lo mejor Jack Hobbs, él dice que se llama Hobbs, pero a lo mejor Hobbs se refiere al apellido, Ah, vale, cada vez que miro por aquí, Foster. Las direcciones pueden tener todas las letras mezcladas. No entiendo eso. Estamos buscando Asper. Dewey. Franklin. Quitar esto que no. Subir visera. Arriba. Asper. Esper. Bueno, no sé si era...
Ah, yes, that's it. Very good. So, we're on our way. Now, there was something you wanted to ask.
¿Eres el siguiente guardia, cierto? ¿Por qué está tu coche tan desorganizado? Es como si pretendieras no conocerme, pero luego...
Yes, then it's going to turn out that big surprise. I do know you.
Cierto, una anfitriona de un programa de concurso atrapada en la radio te delataría.
A person trapped in the radio?
Quiero decir, nos hemos conocido antes, ¿cierto?
Oh, yes. We've all met you along this highway. Now, I picked you up because I could tell you're looking for something. Something you've lost.
La caja. ¿Tú también estás buscando algo?
Now, we're all looking for something on this road. I've never met anyone who wasn't.
¿Qué intentas encontrar?
My dog. Well, she's been missing for a long time now. Hobbs, like me.
Se llama Hobbs.
Stupid idea, naming a dog after yourself. They constantly think they're being trained. Every time someone you know stops you in the street. Made her a little bit high-strung. So, Vern mentioned this problem you have with a photo.
Vern conoce al anterior que nos recogió. Espera, ¿conoces a este tipo, el granjero de las pasas?
Vern? Sure. Now, I know almost everybody on this road. Well, there's not many of us after all. Excellent raisins that guy Vern has. Did you try one?
Lo hice.
Delicious, am I right? So, okay, show me this photo.
Seguro, está en mi mochila. Y ahora aquí la foto está completa.
So, you're looking for her. What happened to her?
No sé qué ocurrió, supongo que la perdí. ¿La has visto?
Well, I can help you with one part. Now, you two came by my house, yes? See, that's my silo. There in the background.
¿Un silo? ¿Dónde?
Yes, I got a lot of dogs. After a while, the kitchen got completely full. I'm not very good at getting rid of things, as you can see. Anyway, I invited you two in and put the kettle on the stove. But you never wound up making it to the front door. There was some kind of argument.
Una discusión con... ¿De qué se trataba?
She suddenly had to take a call. You got impatient.
¿De quién era la llamada?
Now, I don't know, but you didn't seem happy about it. I had the feeling it was a recurring thing. Someone who's in the habit of getting in the way between you two.
Me gustaría encontrarla. ¿Puedes ayudarme? ¿Hacia dónde nos dirigimos luego, lo sabes?
Well, I'm happy to help. However I can. What do you have in mind?
¿Me puedes llevar a la casa?
My house? I'll do you one better.
¿Qué quieres decir?
If you want to know what happened to her, why don't you just ask her yourself? You haven't asked me yet where we're headed.
Vale, ¿hacia dónde estamos
The
yendo?
warehouse of lost things. Impressed?
Más bien confundido, suena como una tienda de descuentos.
Oh, yes. Vern said you were pretty funny. Okay. It's this warehouse that contains everything you've ever lost in your life. You can find anything there, even feelings, but you only get 15 minutes to look.
¿Solo 15 minutos?
Yes, only 15 minutes. It really threw me the last time I was there. I got distracted by some mittens I had as a kid. Left them at a bus stop sometime in the mid-60s. After that, my parents bought those things that clip your mittens to your coat so it wouldn't happen again.
¿Puedes encontrar cualquier cosa allí, de verdad?
Well, why not? Shamanic tribes of the Amazon believe that in order to heal, you have to journey into the other world, find the thing you've lost among the spirits, and bring it back. Now, and to think about all the things we misplace. Atlantis, huh? And we lost an entire city once. Why shouldn't we get a second chance just to go back and retrieve some of the things we've left behind?
Entonces, ¿tú crees que ella estará allá?
I suppose. Well, I've never looked for people. It definitely works for pets, though. I found several of my dogs there when they run away from time to time. Stick with me, you'll see. Just keep your eyes peeled. Now, if I remember correctly, it's only about another 20 minutes from here.
Llama la atención el conductor para continuar la conversación. Bien, descanso de escena. Es curioso, el juego es bastante curioso, ¿eh? Prácticamente en sí no tenemos que hacer nada. Simplemente clic, clic, clic y ya está. Y es una historia que nos están contando. Pero bueno, está curioso, ¿eh? Porque te piensas que es un juego normal, pero no. Parece ser que es bastante profundo. Algo nos ha tenido que pasar para que estemos aquí en estas circunstancias. Algo nos ha tenido que pasar. Bueno, vamos a llamar su atención. La atención de Hobbs. Recordad que estamos buscando una caja y la llave.
Peculiar.
¿Qué pasa?
It's nothing. Just wondering about this green light. Are you one of these people who's good with cars?
Pues no. ¿No sabes lo que significa?
I was hoping you might know. I never saw it before until you got into the car.
¿Tienes un manual en algún lugar?
A car manual? Oh no. That's not the sort of book I keep in here. I'm a humanities teacher. No, I think we'll wait to find a mechanic someplace. Perhaps that part-time quiz show hostess. Ah, the green light. The epic sense of man's urgency. The future that keeps receding from us. Yes, I suppose you've read The Great Gatsby, too. It's probably nothing major, just a reminder to get something checked. But what do I know? I'm not the technical sort. Oh, we could ask Lola. Well, she's very good with these things.
¿Quién es Lola?
Lola's a kind of oracle. Now, she's given me lots of good advice, right from where you're sitting. Besides, more to the point, I'd like to check with her about directions, just to make sure we're pointed the right way. See if you can find her here.
Buscando una mujer llamada Lola.
No, not a woman. A bear. Well, she's quite small, you see. A toy bear. Now, I found her at the World's Fair in Barcelona,
Mira.
1929, at an exhibition about alchemy. Lola Montez. Well, she's somewhere in this car now. Feel free to rummage around as much as you need.
Pues antes la hemos visto. A Lola. Lola. Bueno, hemos... Pegatinas. Siéntete libre para encontrar... Ah, pues es... Diminuto, dice. Pues...
Just have a look, please, at that stuff on the floor and see if you can locate her.
Libre. Anda.
What have you got there?
Una llave.
Interesting. Looks familiar.
Guante.
There she is. Ah, Lola. Put her on the glove box lid, my boy. That's where she likes to speak. Yes, sometimes directly, sometimes in a more of a roundabout way. Lola, dearest, now I'm here with this young fellow here, and well, the warehouse. Now, it's left up here on Concord Avenue, right? She's not ready to talk yet.
No está lista.
She's lonely, and she misses her friends.
¿Los amigos? ¿Qué tipo de amigos?
Fellow memory objects. That's her preferred company. Trinkets like her, lost and found many times over the years, imbued with the memories of everyone who's ever claimed them as their own. Get enough of them together, and things start to get interesting. The present moment peels back like wallpaper to reveal the past behind it and the future ahead.
Así que esta osa puede predecir el futuro.
Her and her friends, yes. She's very good. She even remembers my dog's names.
¿Cuánto tiempo ha estado perdida tu perra?
About 9 months.
9 meses. ¿Has estado buscándola por todo ese tiempo?
Well, no, I couldn't look for her these last months. I got a bit detained.
¿Detenido?
Yes. It all started when I was buying some tube socks. I was on the escalator, trying to leave the mall. Do you ever have that thing where you buy something and you know it's the right thing, but you start worrying about it just as you're leaving? I was staring at the socks, wondering if they were the right length. Now, I knew they were, but I must have not been paying attention. Because suddenly, I slipped down that crack at the end of the escalator, right where you're supposed to step off.
Esto es más extraño que la conversación de la osa parlante.
Yes. Exactly the thing kids are always worrying about, getting sucked down the escalator.
¿Cómo es que eso puede ocurrir?
Well, first quite quickly, and then very slowly.
Se quedó pillado en...
Before you know it, you're banging around in this chute, and then you land at the bowling green. That's what they call the entrance. That's a little area with some onboarding materials and that fake grass carpeting, so the landing isn't so rough. It's the most fantastic place. Under the escalator, just vast. Like falling out of bed and landing on the moon. Oh, no. There are other people there, but not much good for company. Everyone's just waiting to get out. Very poserish scene down there. Let me tell you, a lot of staged ennui.
¿Qué hay para hacer allá abajo?
Oh, not much really. There's an old black and white TV that only gets a few channels. There are some old board games just lying around, but they're all missing pieces and instructions. There was one box that promised 8 games in one, but I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to play a single game. A couple of decks of cards, all incomplete. I must have dreamt 20 times that I found the 4 of clubs.
¿Cómo conseguiste escapar?
Well, they open the escalator every year on January 1st. Well, to clear everyone out. They used to do it more often, but then, well, yeah, budget cuts. I fell in the beginning of April, one of the last cold weekends of the year. Really tough thing to get your head around, being trapped in there almost a whole calendar year.
Realmente lo es.
Pretty much the only thing that passes for excitement there is when somebody new drops in. Pretty quickly, you learn to tell the difference between the real people and the mannequins they drop down the chute.
Los maniquíes.
Sure. Well, that's how they keep everyone fed down there. They stuff mannequins full of food and supplies, put them on the escalator, and just let them slide down the chute.
Qué fuerte,
Oh, that's a big moment. When they drop the mannequins down, really breaks up the monotony. Everyone rushes over to tear the mannequin apart to get their hands on the food inside.
Un sistema extraño.
Oh, indeed. But I guess it's the easiest way to get the food to slip down the crack. Now, one time, a real guy fell down the shaft and was mistaken for a mannequin. Now, he was half torn to shreds before I pulled him out of there. Poor fella didn't look lifelike enough.
Pobrecito.
Oh, yes. He was really quite beside himself. He gave me his pipe as a token of appreciation for saving him from the mob. Well, I still keep it in my pocket.
Madre mía, qué fumada, tío. De verdad. Qué fumada de cabeza. La pipa. Linda pipa. De alguna manera parece ser más tarde de lo que era cuando empezaste tu historia.
Oh, look. Let's give it to her, please.
Dásela a Lola.
Let's see if she's feeling more sociable. Lola, dear, are you feeling more chatty now? Lola, dear, she says her tea party is still missing 2 guests. You see, we just need to find 2 more of her friends.
Encuentra otros objetos de memorias. Fortuna, inspeccionar. Madre mía, de verdad. Pues otros objetos de memorias, como no sea dentro de mi mochila. No, esto no me lo permite. Cinta de cassette, expulsar.
Ah, of course. My audiobook about the Gulag makes perfect sense. Only one more object to find now.
¿Por qué le importa una cinta de cassette?
Oh, well, it's something I used to play for her in the car an awful lot. There was this one story she used to adore.
Olvídalo, apresurémonos y encontremos el último objeto. ¿De qué se trataba la historia?
The story? Well, it's about two guys. In a way, two guys like us who are side by side, both waiting for something to happen.
La traducción es un poquito es un poquito... Tiene bastantes errores gramaticales, pero bueno, se agradece el esfuerzo. Continúa.
Now, these two fellows were both prisoners in the Gulag.
Ne,
Do you know what the Gulag was?
no exactamente.
So, the Gulag. That was these forced labor camps where they used to send people in Russia, right? The thing
Sí.
is, the Gulags weren't closely guarded. It was pretty easy to escape,
¿Por qué era fácil?
because these camps were off in the absolute middle of nowhere. You could escape, but then what would you do? Well, you'd starve to death. So there was a trick. It was called the sandwich. Now, say you and I wanted to escape the Gulag. Two guys like us, friends. We recruit another guy, a third guy, to escape with us. Now, preferably a nice, fat, buttery guy. The fat guy was called the sandwich because the idea is that the two buddies, us, we kill and eat the sandwich on the way home to survive.
Joder.
It's great, right? Maybe I didn't tell the story right.
Vale, es un super plan para una comida. ¿Por qué le gusta tanto esa historia?
Oh, I think mainly just because of the setting. Siberia. Bears love stories about remote places. Well, I haven't told you the best part yet.
Soy
Well,
todo.
there was one time these two guys escaped with a sandwich. But there was a problem. They finished the sandwich too soon. Didn't ration him out long enough. He was all gone. And they still had days to walk through the Siberian tundra.
Muy bizarro el juego a veces, ¿eh?
These guys were great friends, but they were also hardened criminals. And so they knew that whichever one of them fell asleep would be eaten by the other one. But the code of criminal friendship didn't allow them to acknowledge this. So they had to keep playing it, nonchalant, chatting about stuff, whatever people talked about back then, trudging through the snow.
Entonces ellos sobrevivieron.
Who? Oh, those two convicts. Oh, no. One of them fell asleep and got eaten by the other. But it's their ability to keep face that I always think about. Their honor that couldn't admit any suspicion. I mean, you don't totally trust me, right? Well, I can see you looking out the corner of your eyes. You don't think I know where I'm going.
Pues sí, la verdad es que no sé a dónde vas. Llama la atención el conductor para continuar la conversación.
Listen, can I ask you an honest question? Okay, here goes. This girlfriend of yours, why is it so important for you to find her? I mean, okay, the burnt photo, damsel in distress, etc., etc. I get it. But if you can't remember anything about her...
We'll always have this.
Ahora recuerdo una cosa.
See? This is Lola's influence. It's starting to work. You feel it, right?
All you have to do is find your way back to me.
Aunque es casi nada, solo imágenes rápidas. Keira. Ahora recuerdo su nombre, es Keira.
Let's keep him as our pet.
Había una luciérnaga. Estaba encerrada en una botella de vidrio.
You two didn't even mean to capture it. It just flew into the empty bottle.
Es un buen recuerdo. El único que tengo hasta ahora.
Yeah, so you think maybe the goal of this whole ride is to return to that moment of innocence and recapture the magic of that moment?
No puedes recrear el pasado. Sí, pienso que es eso.
Can't repeat the past. Why, of course you can. Well, for your sake, I hope so.
¿Qué quieres decir?
I think you know. You're like me. The past is the only place left for us. When we were young, we thought the past could only tie us down. Everything we wanted, freedom, lay ahead on the open road. Well, that was yesterday, and this is today. Now the past is all you've got, and the future is full of pain.
No creo que sea tarde para arreglar las cosas.
Well, when we get to the warehouse, remember to keep an eye out for a firefly in a glass bottle. It shouldn't be hard to spot. They tend to keep that place pretty dimly lit.
Muchas gracias, Elapa, por esa suscripción. Celebrando este simulador de viajar en taxi. Sí. Sí. De momento, expectantes con el juego. Ahí va.
Oh, look.
Recuerdo, esto es el coche anterior.
Looks like Vern started doing some advertising. I guess he's finally decided to take matters into his own hands. Normally, he's so stoic, letting things take their own course, never complaining.
Supongo que él solo tiene buenas intenciones.
Well, he was just trying to help you. Seems like you can use it. You're totally infected with this frontier spirit, am I right? Always move ahead, always continue along the two-lane blacktop. Maybe Vern exaggerates a bit, but at least he knows these parts. You should turn back here. No, I'm serious.
¿Qué es lo que te pasa?
It's just Lola. Blast nothing.
Estás perdido, ¿no es cierto?
Someone changed the street signs. Him. He's been here. I swear it was the second left past the red house. But don't worry. We'll find it. It's right around here.
¿Tienes un mapa en algún lugar?
No, it seems to have disappeared along with the car manual. I just want to find my dog. These streets all look the same. This is worse than falling down an escalator. Here, take this. See if you can figure out which way is east.
¿Esto es una brújula? Esto no es una brújula, es otra cosa.
Are you sure? Look through it and see if it tells you which way is east.
El este. Calidoscopio. Qué fuerte, tío.
No luck, huh?
No.
Well, maybe it does something useful.
Da dolor de cabeza. Dárselo a Lola.
Oh, listen. She's starting to talk. Hopefully we can get out of this maze now and head on our way. Lola, dear, this young man and we're looking for... She's saying something. Something about you. A car crash? No. He's fine. Well, just look at him. She thinks you've caused some kind of accident. I can vouch for this young man, Lola. Well, he's been with me almost the entire afternoon. She says she knows who you are and that she wants to help you. She's gathered these memory objects for a purpose, for you to put together, to bring you earthly knowledge, she says. Very peculiar.
Junta los objetos de memorias. Madre mía. Muy buenas, Meaus. Muchas gracias por pasarte por aquí. Es un juego... Yo pensaba que... Es un juego en el que somos un autoestopista. Y yo pensaba, bueno, pues un autoestopista en el que vas... hablando con... Pues lo que estamos haciendo, ¿no? Hablando con las personas que nos recogen, historias y tal. Pero es que es mucho más profundo que eso, porque supuestamente hemos perdido la memoria, nos están ayudando a recuperarla, así que algo nos ha tenido que pasar. Tiene pinta de que nosotros... es una fumada de cabeza, en definitivas cuentas. Es una fumada de cabeza total. Vale, tenemos que... Vale. Vale, es una cámara de foto. Supongo. Eso es. Ahora sí. No. Dios, ¿qué es esto? Bueno, pues ya está, ¿no? ¿O qué? Hemos hecho algo mal. Ahí está. ¿Eso qué significa?
Well, isn't that something? It's alchemy, my boy. Art. A camera. Your means for turning water into wine, redeeming the past, renewing memories.
¿Qué supone que tengo que fotografiar? La forma del objetivo parece una referencia a Aperture Essence de Portal.
Well, nothing needs redeeming more than the American suburbia. Am I right? Americana, where the surreal intermingles with the mundane. Here's your chance, my boy. Create a photo journal. Win some awards. Firefly, sent directly from your memory, I suppose, to guide you. Oh, hello there, Lampyridae.
No me deja... Fíjate. Maravilloso, te ves cerca de 20 años más joven.
Oh. Ho, those sideburns. Don't let my students get a hold of that. I think they're not done yet. They want you to take more photos. They want to show us the way, but they can only do it through photos. Gee, I didn't notice him standing back there. Should we go back and pick him up?
Chaleco anaranjado, lo he visto antes.
Who is that guy anyway? You don't sound very glad to see him.
Desearía
I
saberlo.
think they're not done yet. They want you to take more photos.
Se han metido dentro de la casa.
Trading post, huh? Interesting proposition. I expect you get something rather valuable in exchange for this particular camera.
casa de
What?
las cosas perdidas.
It can't. Ah, no, no, my dog.
No te preocupes, Hobbs, la encontraremos.
How? If I can't find her in the past, I don't have a chance of finding her in the future.
Está cerrada la bodega esa que hablaba él. Bueno, bodega, la tienda donde están los recuerdos. Podemos redimir memorias.
Oh, that was just nonsense I said to cheer you up.
Bobadas. Puede ser que las luciérnagas nos ayuden una última vez.
I just want to find my dog. Is that a dog collared in the street?
Creo que lo encontramos.
I suppose. But what's happened to her? She's invisible. She's lost in time since the warehouse closed its doors. That's it. Capture her with that camera of yours. Oh, you're a good dog, Hobbs. You ran past a funny mailbox through a door, and we'll find you, don't worry. We've got to find that house.
Encuentra la casa que tiene buzón peculiar. Bueno, pues... vale. El buzón peculiar, ahí está, casa adivinar.
That's the one. Hang on.
¿Dónde estamos?
Look, the silo. That's my house. Funny how you can come upon the very place you live and not even recognize it. All depends on the angle you... Hey! There's Hops! Thank goodness. Oh, I've almost got her back. Listen, I didn't realize the warehouse was closed, but we must do it again. Now you have to promise me, pinky promise, that we're going to meet again in a year, okay? This same spot. We won't exchange contact info or anything like that. We'll keep it old school. Meet here in 1 year's time. What do you say?
Vale, es una cita. No creo que regrese por aquí.
Sorry to hear that, young man. People like to say that you can't live in the past. Well, look at me. I'm living proof to the contrary. Look, your fireflies are back. Seems like they're waiting to give you one last memory. Hops, wait for me!
I just think it would be fun to ring the bell. I lived here my entire childhood. I feel like I have the right.
Sure, but we better make it quick. Lots of driving to do still.
Ella fue a ver a lo mejor a sus
Hello.
padres.
What can I do for you two?
This is gonna sound funny, but
Not at all. Come right in.
Fíjate, entraron.
oh, sorry, I've got to take this. To me, it's perfect here. I don't understand what's so great about our life in Seattle. Don't you ever think about making a change?
Sure, but this isn't the kind of change I had in mind. I get it. You grew up here, so it's your baseline of normal. But this just isn't my idea of an adventure.
Adventure. It's real here. It's a good place to grow up, to have children. At least it was for me. I can always find myself here. Same stars, same fence, same mailbox.
Se ve que ella se crió ahí y ahora esa casa no es suya. La casa es de Hobbs. Un buzón, intercambiar la cámara. Ah, caja con llave, ponla en la mochila.
Hey, you need a ride someplace?
Pues ya está. Hemos pasado el punto 2. Y hemos conseguido la caja. Hemos intercambiado la cámara de fotos con la caja. Recordar que la idea es esa, ¿eh? Estamos recordando, intentando recordar qué es lo que... Bueno, recordando, hemos perdido la noción del tiempo. No, no es que lo vea lioso, es que simplemente es profundo. Es profundo, pero tiene pinta de que es eso, ¿no? De que hay una historia. Puede ser, nos podemos hacer muchas teorías, ¿no? Que a lo mejor nosotros lo mismo estamos inconscientes y todo esto lo estamos soñando. Puede ser. Hemos perdido la memoria, que a lo mejor sea una amnesia pasajera. En fin. Tiene pinta, ¿no? Evidentemente, por la profundidad con la que nos están hablando los personajes. Tiene pinta que va por ahí los tiros. Así que nada. Bueno, pues, ¿qué os parece si lo dejamos aquí? Yo creo que es un buen momento para dejarlo. Llevo 1 horita y media. Mañana seguiremos un ratito. ¿De acuerdo, chicos? Y bueno, en definitivas cuentas, para los que habéis estado en YouTube, pues gracias por acompañarme este rato también en este bloque de partidas. No sé si saldrán, pues 2 partidas seguro saldrán. 2-3 partidas seguramente que saldrán. Espero que lo estéis disfrutando también el juego. No sé en qué momento lo vais a ver, porque ahora mismo estamos en marzo. Así que puede ser que sea en abril, puede ser que sea en mayo, no tengo ni idea. Pero bueno, cuanto antes que lo estéis viendo, pues espero que deis vuestro like y os suscribáis si no lo habéis hecho hasta el momento. Y muchas gracias a los que habéis estado en directo aquí aguantándome. A Tongal, Horus, El Apa, Miaus, muchas gracias por vuestro apoyo siempre. Ha sido un placer. Cuidaros mucho y hasta más ver.